Guys, today we are setting up a parlay together, and today's parlay will consist of international soccer, and it's mainly in CONMEBOL and CONCACAF tonight. We have 4 games at 8 p.m. and 9 p.m., so those are the ones we're gonna choose from. So we're gonna go to sports, we'll go down to soccer. It's FIFA because it's friendlies, international friendlies. And here we go. So we start off with Peru versus El Salvador. And so the tricky thing about these friendlies that they're actually being held here in the USA. So they're not really, the home team isn't really home. It's in a neutral campground. So in this scenario, home advantage isn't gonna take as much as effect, but it will influence some. So we start off with Peru versus Salvador. And as you can see, we have Peru minus 357. So that they're 3.5 times more likely to win than Salvador. That's a plus 900. That means there's 1 out of 9 times that El Salvador will win. So these are huge odds going and stacked against. And then right here we have a minus 1.5, which means that Peru would start handicap minus 1.5, meaning can Peru beat El Salvador by 2 or more goals? Since the money line straight is too off, I wouldn't want to bet on that. So what I would do is come over here and face the spread. And as you know, 2 goals is a lot. I really do think Peru is gonna win, but I don't think they'll score 2 goals on El Salvador. El Salvador likes to park the bus and do the counterattack, and which ain't nothing wrong about that, and that's how it is. So for this one, I'm gonna take El Salvador handy plus 1.5, meaning that the score starts 0-0, they'll start 1.5 goals. Peru has to make 2 or more goals to win. So I'll take El Salvador. And then we go on the second one, Argentina versus Jamaica. Again, if we look at the money line, Argentina is a 2,000 favorite. So that means that they're 20-1 favorites to win. Obviously, I believe Argentina is going to win. However, we go to the spread, which is minus 2.5. Minus 2.5. Can Argentina beat Jamaica by 3 or more goals? That makes it real tough, guys. But you know what? It's going to be Di Maria. He didn't play last game against Honduras where they won 3-0, so he's well rested. It's going to be Lautaro Jimenez. It's going to be Lionel Messi on their last game ready for the World Cup. You know what? I think they'll win by 3 or more goals. Give me Argentina minus 2.5. Reason again that we're choosing the spread is because the money line is just, there's no money to be made there, so we'll take a risk. Obviously it's a higher risk, but we'll take the spread. Guatemala versus Honduras. You see, this one's actually going to be in Houston. Remember I told you that the home isn't going to be home? Well, down in Houston, I'll tell you one thing. I've been to that stadium to go see Honduras gameplay, and it was packed with Honduras. So there will be home advantage in that. I'll tell you that much. Honestly, Guatemala Honduras, it's a big rivalry. In this case, I just see that Honduras has more players than the MLS. They just came from a defeat from Argentina 3-0, like we said. There's nothing to be ashamed of. They should have lost that 3-0. And honestly, for this one, they're favorited, but not too favorited. They're plus 114. And at the end, looks like a nice even margin, so we can make money here. I'll take the money line. I'll take Honduras. And last but not least, Mexico versus Colombia. This is gonna be in it's gonna be in California, Levi Stadium, so very close to San Francisco. Um, Obviously Mexico's gonna dominate that stadium. There's gonna be a lot of Mexicans there, but they just came out of a 1-0 victory to Peru. They've been struggling, whereas Colombia has just came from, I don't remember the last score of Colombia on top of my head. I apologize for that. But Colombia, you're talking about Radamel Falcao on top. You're talking about Cuadrado. You're talking about James Rodriguez. You're talking about Mateus Uribe, which now plays in Europe. I'm sorry, Mexico, but you've been struggling to make goals and Colombia hasn't. I'll take Colombia. And as you can see, our four bets have summed up to a juicy plus 1400. It's a basically a 14 times multiplier, whatever we put. We're going to see. Double check. El Salvador handicap, Argentina by 3 or more, Honduras flat, Colombia straight. And on this one, we will put, let's see what's $20 looking like. 280. We have 1/6. Let's even it out a little bit. So let's put 24.35 just to keep the numbers even. Alrighty, place the bet. 1620 confirmed. And what I like to do is take a screenshot just to make sure where we're sitting. And that's it, guys. We had just made our parlay for today's game. Thank you for watching, and any questions and comments, let me know.